Hey there, everyone. I'm back with another standard deck, and today's deck is actually an Esper Bounce deck. Version of this deck actually did really well at a Italy regional championship with about 1,000 players, and the version of this deck came in second. Which so I was like, have to give it a shot and try it out. It's pretty much a variant on the bounce deck that's been around for a couple years, whether it's Dimir or Orzhov, but this is an Esper version. The idea is pretty much still the same. You have creatures that bounce some of your really helpful permanents back to your hand using stuff like Nurturing Pixie, Sun Pearl Kieran. You lock down and shuffle away your opponent's threats with the Flood Pit's Drowner. But it also has Aang Swift Savior, which is really nice. You can use on spells and creatures and airbend them away or get rid of a pesky token. And then when you're bouncing stuff back to your hand, you're sending stuff back like the Storm Chaser's talent, which is you can abuse really nicely with the second level, bringing the Boomerang Basics back to your hand and just kind of creating a continuous loop with that. Then we have Nowhere to Run, one Momentum Breaker, and one Grim Bauble. And this deck also takes advantage of the ninjutsu from Kaito, which often I found you're using quite a bit with stuff like the Nurturing Pixie or the Kieran, or just ways to get your guys back to your hand so you can recast them. This deck does have the Sig Wanderwine Wisdom. Pretty interesting card. It's unblockable, and it's pretty useful when you keep flipping it back and forth, allowing the front side, allowing one of your creatures, when it deals damage to a creature or planeswalker to draw a card, or when it's on the white side, gives a creature protection from each color. So it's pretty powerful in that sense. And it's got the typical Esper mana pool or mana base for it that you can use, running 23 lands. So it's pretty diverse. It can be kind of complicated to play sometimes. You have a lot of gameplay decisions you got to make, but once you get the hang of it, it's a pretty nice deck. So figure we go and try it out on the ladder. Make sure you stick around for the backside of the video. I'll go over to Moxfield and show you what this deck would cost to play in paper, and also if you wanted to craft it in Arena, what it would cost you in wild cards to craft it on Arena there. And then it also has a sideboard. No, I'll just show you that when we're on Moxfield. So let's go ahead and hop on the ladder, see how we do with it, and see if we can get some wins. Okay, so we're on the play. Sure, we can do this. Okay. Go ahead and do that. And we'll go ahead and pass there. Mill deck. Ugh. All right. Well, we better get on it. Yes, some kind of Esper control deck. Alrighty. And we'll pass. Cast Kaito.
Eyes up and stay focused. The housewarming party has arrived.
Okay.
My eyes are as sharp as my sword.
We'll go like that. Okay. Gotta level that up. We'll bring back boomerang basics.
I've trained with the best.
We'll go ahead and pass. Another boomerang basics. Get both of those back. Sweet. Outlasted him there. It was a weird game, but we'll take it. Okay. I think we can go with this. Yeah, we'll go with. Nice. And we'll pass. All right. We'll do Sig. Give our otter a little bit of a card draw bonus. I'll go ahead and attack there. Okay, that's fine. And we'll pass there. That's pretty good. Okay. tapped, and then we'll go ahead and pass there. Alright, we'll go ahead and tap that down, and I'll go ahead and pass there. Another Ashling. Okay. Alrighty. We'll scry him away since we have one. That's pretty good. Alrighty.
This is where things... Don't worry, Pom-Pom-chan. I've got this. Information is its own weapon.
Yeah, we'll keep that. And then... Nice. Yeah, we'll keep that. Start to get in our some of our bounce stuff now. Where are they bouncing? Oh, they're making us discard a card. Okay. Well, lose one of the Kaitos. And no blocks. Alright. Five toughness is a real issue. More mana. Okay. I think I'll return that. There we go. We have 3 mana available. Get another blocker out there. I'll go ahead and attack for 1. And we'll pass. Gotta be kidding me. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and tap that down. No blocks. Oh, roaming elementals. Pretty good. Alrighty. Have to make him sack a creature. Block there. We'll take 5. Alrighty. Don't think we can do anything. This has Ward 2. So we can cast a Sun Pearl Kirin. Use these two to get rid of a creature. Cast a Sun Pearl and as a blocker, but still one's going to get through. We're just a little short. I think that's going to do it for us. Yeah, they got us. It's too big for us to handle. Alrighty. Yeah, I think we can play this. Yeah, go ahead and keep this. Alrighty. Go ahead and bounce this back. Kind of get this cycle going here. Just nail him for 2 there. Didn't really want to cast anything until I see what kind of deck they're playing. Stock up, huh? Yeah, let's lock him down with that. Kind of prevent their advance. I think we'll go ahead and yeah, get the boomerang basics back. Only one creature. They're stocking up. Alrighty. see. Let's do the quick math here real quick. Okay. So I think I'm going to go ahead and recast the talent. I don't think Kaito would be a good play. We'll do better casting a non-creature spell. And let's go ahead and they have the hex. Alrighty. That's fine. That works too. Let's see here. So we're playing a Dimir Control deck, it looks like. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to play that. Untapped. Go ahead and get our Boomerang basics back. And then go ahead and cast that on the talent. Nice. Can use that to our advantage as well. So, if they're playing a creatureless deck or very minimal creatures, we might see if we can put some pressure on them with what we do have. Okay. Harvester of Misery. It's probably a reanimation target, actually. I think I'm going to just go ahead and hold off. Alright, that's fine. We'll use the Sun Pearl Kieran to bring back the Storm Chaser's talent, and we'll have a threat on the board at the end of their turn. Actually, we're going to probably have a couple threats. So they're searching for something. Stock up, huh? Should have them now because they're tapped out, so we're just going to play the Flood Pit's Drowner and the Sun Pearl Kieran. Bounce that back. Yeah, that got him. Nice. Not really liking that hand. Let's go ahead and mulligan. Yeah, it's a little better. We'll just put back one of the pixies. Oops. Alrighty. Let's see if they want to trade here. Nope. Alright. I have a feeling this might be a... Aura's deck, yep. Let's see here. Creatures tapped, exile a card from a graveyard. As long as there are 3 or more cards exiled with this creature, it gets +3/+3. Yeah, I think we're going to block. Alright, we'll do a starting town. Yeah, I'm going to cast a Another pixie. I'll go ahead and attack. Yep, had a feeling it'd be an ores deck. Four for strike. Yeah, no blocks there. Alright. I'll pay 2 life. Cast Sig. We'll try that. And then we'll go ahead and attack there. Nice. And we'll go ahead and pass. That's pretty good too. We're going to lock it down though. Yeah, go ahead. Voltron that up. All right. Yeah, we'll go ahead and pay 1. Yeah, I guess be that there. Then we'll go ahead and attack here. And shuffle that away. And we'll play the Dream Beavers. Sweet. Another good one for this deck. When it gets rolling, it can do well. It's a pretty good hand. I like it. I think we'll go ahead and keep it. See their talent, and I'll raise it 1. Ah, bummer. Alrighty. Let's see. And we'll just cast our own Storm Chaser's talent again. This one is Skeletons Control. Get +1/+0 and have haste. Create a 2/2 skeleton. Beginning your end step, if you descended this turn, you can pay 1 life. You do return this enchantment to its owner's hand. Alright. I'm not going to block there. We'll let those through. We have some answers on the board we can use. Gonna have to pay 2 life too. I think we're just gonna go ahead and get rid of that skeleton there. And we'll go ahead and attack. Guess I probably could have done that before combat. It's worth 7, huh? All right, I think we'll trade here. I'm gonna go ahead and block. And we're getting a lot of pain lands. We do need it to, so we can do some things. Go ahead and pay 2 life there. And that's good. Get rid of that. Attack for a lot. Yeah, we'll pass. Looks like we got a small mirror match here. Okay. Alrighty. I think we'll go ahead and do the Sun Pearl Kirin. Bounce that back to our hand. Nice. Getting some mana here. Go ahead and recast the talent there. Yeah, we'll go ahead. They're gonna have another skeleton coming. Might have to hold that back. We'll just go through the air. Depending on what happens here, I think I'd like to return that Boomerang Basics to my hand next turn. They have lethal on the board. We do got a block. Or do we? What could they have in their deck? I think maybe I let the 2/2 through. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Because that'll give us an additional threat next turn. Trying to think, what do they have they can play? Okay. So nothing during combat, but maybe something during their second main phase. Okay. Oh, yeah. That turned out well. So they have 2 untapped land. We're going to go ahead and just play it like we normally would. Bounce that back. Okay, we got the win. Sweet. That was a close game. Similar decks, but we were able to sneak it out there. Okay, so that is the Esper Bounce deck. Did pretty well. I really like the way it plays. It seems like it really gives control decks problems, just because the control decks can't really get a grasp on the board state due to all your creatures with flash and bouncing stuff back to your hands. Now, on the flip side, since control decks don't have a lot of creatures typically, some of the stuff that you have devoted against creatures it doesn't work as well. And so if you're playing a best of three, sideboard could come in pretty handy. But against the two control decks we played, I thought it did really well there. I was really happy with the way it performed against the mono white auras deck. We kind of were able to get into the rhythm, nice tempo, keeping it off balance, and being able to take it out pretty quickly. And then at the end there, we were in a really tight game against that. Looks like it was an Esper Skeletons deck, which is kind of interesting. Kind of like our deck, but also had a little bit more aggro with the skeletons and such. I'm glad we were able to kind of just outmaneuver them and get the win with that. And you're going to find if you're playing this deck, that's how a lot of the games go. Where you're just kind of dodging and weaving your opponent while you get in some strikes here and there. So it's not going to deliver heavy damage like a mono red deck real quickly, but you are going to knock your opponent down if you can get control of this control of the board state pretty quickly, just through elusive game plays and taking them out there. So that's the deck. Let's go ahead and run over to Moxfield real quick and we'll break down the numbers on this deck. Okay, so here we are in Moxfield for the deck. If you want to check out the deck list for it, I'll make sure to have a link in the description so you can check it out for yourself. But this is the deck here. You got your planeswalkers, you got the 18 creatures, your bounce and removal spells, and then your mana base with 23 lands. And here's the sideboard that you can use if you want to play a best of three. Little bit of things to help you with non-creature permanents, control matchups, and some more bounce. I did find Tishana's Tidebinder is really useful against the artifact decks because it shuts down. If you can flash her in, you can shut down those pesky artifact triggers with the synthesizer. That's really helpful. And that kind of gives your deck a little window to be able to strike back and get some wins. So this deck is right around the average price for a typical standard deck nowadays, $397.72 in paper. And if you wanted to craft it on Arena, it'd run you 3 wild cards, 3 commons, 28 uncommons, 37 rares, and 6 mythics. So typically, like most decks that we're seeing, a lot of rares, a little bit of mythics, and some utility uncommons. Only runs 1 basic land, that's the island, and the rest of it is all non-basic stuff. So pretty fun deck to play, and those are the stats for it if you want to check it out and try it out for yourself. Okay, so that was the breakdown of the deck. As you saw, it's pretty pricey in paper, but if you have the wild cards, you can build it here on Arena. So pretty cool deck to play. But I think that'll do it for me for this one. I'll be back again soon. Some more standard decks, maybe do another Brawl one pretty soon here. And so you can play that in Commander and paper as well. But until then, everybody, y'all take care. Have the good rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.